There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
Hey guys, and welcome on in to another episode, Getting Well with Terry and Friends, free NHL picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate. We have 6 games on this Monday slate, and this week is pretty spread out schedule for once. So for once, it's not an awful schedule. We have the games spread out a bit. Yeah, we'll jump into looking at what happened on the last show, which was last Thursday. I took this weekend off, but we will jump right into it and see what happened um, on last on the last show last Thursday. This game I passed. It was a 3-0 Buffalo Sabres win here, shutting out the Blackhawks. So a good win there for the Sabres. I had the draw in Minnesota and Tampa Bay. Wild got smashed 7-3 in this game. And this was the game that I've been steadfast in my opinion that the Wild will still make the playoffs, that they will sneak into a wild card spot, that the Wild have just been decimated by injuries this year, but they have the players to get this team to the playoffs. And then this game happened where they got smashed 7-3 here on the road, and I started to lose hope. And of course, what do the Wild do? They go and they beat the Florida Panthers 6-4. Everyone complains about the Wild getting power play goals, or getting so many power plays. It was 6-4 in the power plays, so the Wild had 6, Florida had 4. Florida had power plays as well. Minnesota just got the job done, which people aren't used to seeing. So that was a bit of surprise. And then Minnesota goes in and gets outplayed by the Carolina Hurricanes. But Gus Bus stands on his head. Kirill Kaprizov gets a hat trick, and the Wild get the win in Carolina. So just as I'm starting to lose hope, the Wild get 2 wins against 2 very good teams. And now I'm not sure what's going to happen this year at the Wild. I'm really just not sure at this point. Montreal Canadiens, Ottawa Senators. I passed in this game. A rare win for Ottawa, a 6-2 win against Montreal. I didn't take Montreal here in this one because of Ottawa's history against Montreal. So ultimately a pass. Good spot for the Sens puck line, which isn't going to happen very often. Blues and Capitals passed in this game. 5-2 win by the Capitals here in this one. Avalanche and Bruins. Unfortunately, the Bruins were ready for this game, and the Avalanche coming off a win. I guess this was a bit of a letdown spot in the end. Boston with the 5-2 win here against the Avs. Owen Tippett, anytime goal, plus 190. What a beautiful! It was his second goal that was the beautiful goal, but I cashed this play with a normal goal, and then he goes and does a potential goal of the year and his second goal of the game. But unfortunately gets hurt, so he wasn't playing in Philadelphia's last game. We'll see if he plays in their next game, but a winner with Tippett. A loser with Coleman. Unfortunately, this Flames team, I can't get their props right. I can't. So really, I should just stay off. But in this game, a win for the Leafs, a 4-3 win that the Toronto Maple Leafs desperately needed here in this one. Kraken and Oilers. Edmonton continues their history against the Kraken. 4-2 final, so the over didn't get there. So I'm glad overall that I passed. Rangers and Vegas Golden Knights. This Rangers team on a cold streak, of course, until last night's game when they were able to come back against the Anaheim Ducks. But this Vegas Golden Knights team, a team we're going to talk about here in a few moments, I thought losing Eichel was really, really going to hurt this team. But Chandler Stevenson has stepped up. Jonathan Marchessault is stepping up. Stone continues his hot play. So Vegas has lost Eichel, but they have not lost a step. In fact, they've looked better than they were previously with Eichel. So talk about the Vegas Golden Knights here in a bit. Elias Pettersson. This guy continues to score goals, and I continue to win. Of course, a 2-1 win for the Vancouver Canucks here, but Pettersson scored the first goal of the game in the first period. So a nice early cash there. Pettersson continues to perform well for the Vancouver Canucks. And then a underdog cash to win the night, to finish the night here. 2-1 victory for the Predators. A nice 2-1 win for them. Underdog cash here. They've just continued their success against the LA Kings, and that was a nice win to finish off the night. Jump into the chat here. Wild took care of the Canes. Owen disagrees. Well, he says ... Richie smash the like. Thank you, Richie. Everyone be like Richie. Smash the like button. How do we shoot the puck that many times and only get 2 goals? The Gus Bus. And he had struggled in his previous game. And I took the over in the Carolina and Wild game yesterday. So the fact that Carolina pulled their goalie twice was really nice, helping me get the over 6.5. But yeah, the Wild got outplayed, and they shouldn't have won that game. But Gus Bus stood on his head. The Stars looked mid last night, except for Robertson. Stars outplayed the Islanders, and of course, everyone and their mother was on the Islanders' money line because of the coaching change. And the Stars were very close to winning that game. They were the better team. The Islanders squeaked out a win, and now um, everyone loves the Islanders now with Patrick Waugh. Not this guy. Not this guy. In fact, I'm very tempted to lock in the Islanders to miss the playoffs. Patrick Waugh is not a good coach, and we will see that. So you can clip this. Patrick Waugh is not a good NHL coach, and the Islanders will miss the playoffs this year. Hiring him was a mistake. And that's all I have to say. Angry the Flyers, angry the Islanders. Laughing face. Yeah, I know, Richie. I know. What if the Jets beat the Bruins? We'll talk about that game very shortly. Canes are still nasty. They have some goaltending issues. That's another reason why the Wild won, because Ronta is a sieve. Carolina has issues with goaltending, and they really need to figure it out. Otherwise, kind of like last year, they didn't make a trade when Svechnikov got hurt, and I was saying why. Like, I was down on Carolina in the playoffs because you lose a good sniper like that, and you have the opportunity to trade for someone, and you don't. Hopefully, the Canes don't make that same mistake this year by not going and getting a goaltender, because it will definitely hurt them if they don't. Also had the Overterry very clutch that we pulled the goalie twice. I know. As soon as they pulled it with, what was it, like almost 3 minutes to go, I think. And then the Wild scored right away. And then I'm thinking, oh, okay, they're probably not going to pull them again with like 2 minutes left. And they did. And it was a nice over cash that was a little lucky. A little lucky. Going to my first NHL game tonight. Wow. Okay. Florida and Nashville. Also keep that Winnipeg streak going. We'll talk about that game very shortly, and a good game for you to go watch. Florida, Nashville. Have a great time, Austin. Overtime was money on the Dallas and Islanders and the Wings. Yeah, the draws. Yeah, as long as we have Rod, we will always be nasty. All right. Spencer Martin, not the answer. Not the answer. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be. Oh, my computer's not working. Sorry. Or my mouse isn't working. Or my keypad isn't working. I don't know if he's going to be the savior. No. Spencer Martin is not going to be the savior. He might be able to put up some good starts, but if that's Carolina's answer, no. You actually have to go and trade for somebody, not picking up somebody off waivers. So we'll see what the Canes do. But that was looking back at the past. Now we're going to look at the future, and we're going to start, well, the present, I should say. Vegas Golden Knights plus 100 to plus 109 against the New Jersey Devils, minus 120 to minus 122. Sixes right across the board in this game. Do we have confirmed goaltenders? Vitek Vanacek is likely for New Jersey. Nobody confirmed yet for Vegas. It should be Logan Thompson. Of course, Thompson, 2.61 goals against average, 3.22 for Vanacek, 910 save percentage for Thompson, 885 for Vanacek, who just hasn't had a good season. None of the Devils goalies, and they have quite a few of them, but none of them have done well this year. How are these teams playing right now? Well, Vegas Golden Knights have won 4 of their last 5 games without Jack Eichel. They lose their star center, and they've done nothing but win. 5-0-1 to a total 6. New Jersey Devils, they lose their top center in Jack Hughes, and they've lost 5 of their last 7 games, going under 5.5 and 4 or 5, just not getting any offense right now, the Devils. Vegas 5-1-1 in the last 7 games between the teams. 4 of the last 7 have gone over 6.5. For me, it's Vegas Golden Knights on the money line, plus 109 and a half unit on Jonathan Marchessault, anytime goal. My cash cow, Mr. Marchessault, throughout the playoffs last year, people that watched the show, it was Marchessault goal, Eichel assists, over and over and over again, winners again and again and again. Well, Jonathan Marchessault has a goal in 3 straight games, so he is starting to heat up right now, which is a reason why Vegas has been doing well. Mark Stone has a point in 5 straight games. I could go back a lot further. He's been the most consistent player for Vegas all year long. And Chandler Stevenson has a point in 4 straight games for the Vegas Golden Knights. Jonathan Marchessault also has at least 3 shots on goal in 4 of his last 5 games. So he's shooting the puck a lot. And for the Devils, nobody's really consistent right now. Nobody is really consistent for the Devils, and that's why they're losing games, because they're not getting offense. So give me Marchessault anytime goal and Vegas money line in this one. I do lean Vegas Golden Knights. Thanks, Terry. Hey, no worries. I was wrong. And I'll admit when I'm wrong. And I was wrong about this Vegas Golden Knights team. I thought when they lost Eichel, they would be a team to fade. But Marchessault and Stevenson have stepped up so much that, like I said, they look better than they did with Hughes. So I'll take him here as a dog against this Devils team. It's Marchessault. Yeah, Mr. Moneyman, back again. Vegas moneyline Devils goalies are civs, maybe over 6. I like the Vegas money line, obviously, but the reason why I'd be careful with the over 6 is because the Devils' offense, like I said, has not really been there. If you want to go with the over, maybe look at Vegas team total over. Maybe that would be the better way. Marchessault is plus 140 for a goal. He was plus 170 earlier. Obviously, shop around because you're going to see a big difference in price. So shop around whatever books you have access to and see the best price you can get for him today. Moving on along to our second game. This is going to be an interesting one. We have the Winnipeg Jets and the Boston Bruins. Winnipeg plus 110 to plus 118. Boston minus 130 to minus 135. 5.5s right across the board in this game. Looking at goaltenders for this one, no big surprise. Connor Hellebuck is starting for Winnipeg. 23-7-3 on the year with a 2.15 goals against average and 927 save percentage. Wow. Hellebuck has been fantastic pretty much all year. He did have a loss recently. Since then, he stopped 69 of 72 shots. And back-to-back wins. He's allowed more than 2 goals once in the last 2 months with a .944 save percentage. Boston has not announced their goalie yet. Most likely it'll be Jeremy Swayman, who also has very good numbers. 14-3-7, 2.36 goals against average, and a .922 save percentage on the year. How these teams been doing recently? Well, Winnipeg has won 10 of their last 11 games. And when I look at the Winnipeg Jets, if I had to describe them with one word, no, it's not dirty. Ha ha ha. It's consistent. This Winnipeg Jets team is consistent, game after game after game. And when you're betting games, that's what you want, is a team that's consistent. 10 of their last 11 they've won. 6 of their last 8 have gone under 5.5. Boston's won 4 straight games. They've gone over 6.5 in 7 of their last 9. And Boston, some big wins in their last few games by margin. So they haven't really been close. Previous to that, they were losing games in overtime. So Boston is not nearly as consistent as Winnipeg is. Boston has won 6 of the last 7 meetings, 4 unders, 2 games finished with 6 goals. So the previous history's been with the under as well. Has also been with Boston. Winnipeg won the first game of the year this year. So Boston will be looking for revenge here in this one. I took the Jets money line at plus 120. Yes, I'm not excited to fade Boston at home, but this Winnipeg Jets team really should not be plus 120 against anyone right now with how consistent they've been. I just have to take them as a dog here, even though I do believe this is going to be a very close game. The draw could be a good spot here as well. I would not be shocked if we get overtime here, but I have to take this Jets team at plus money because I trust them more in this game. Yes, Boston's had the success recently in recent years, but this Jets team is better this year than they've been in a long time, maybe even ever. Maybe this is the best Jets team in Jets history. We'll have to see, but I trust this team. I fear for the streak, but still going Boston team total under 2.5 in regulation for plus 115. There you go. We'll see if they can do it again. Bruins money line at home, very possible, but Keys looked mid versus Sens. He met the Jets. Yeah, well, all teams have bad nights, so it's gonna happen. Here to support the channel, smash the like, y'all. Thank you, Real Deal Prime. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much. The team total under 3 is even stronger, longer streak if you don't mind pushes. You could go that way. The Jets have Adam Lowry as their first line center. Oh boy, he's been good for them. He's been good for them in their last few games. Scheifele is huge. Yes, but they lost Scheifele. They got Kyle Connor back, and it hasn't really affected them losing Mark Scheifele. Boston scored 9 goals in their last few games. Yes, they have been winning by margin, but they haven't faced a team with the defense and goaltending that this Jets team has, in my opinion here. Looking at players, Nikolai Ehlers has at least 3 shots on goal in 6 of his last 7 games. Kyle Connor has at least 3 shots on goal in 7 straight games. For Boston, David Pastrnak, a point in 8 of his last 9, at least 4 shots on goal in 8 of his last 9 games. And then Charlie Coyle on a 4-game point streak in 11 of his last 13 games. He has a point on that top line with Pastrnak and Marchand. If anyone's going to find a way to beat Hellebuck, it'll be that top line. So I would look at them for parlay pieces here, but I like the Jets. I know, yes, they have been very good lately, but let's see them do it against this Winnipeg defense and goaltending. Moving on along to our next game here, which is the game that Addison's going to see. We've got Florida Panthers minus 125 to minus 135. Nashville Predators plus 110 to plus 114. Sixes, Bet 99 has a 6 in this game. Let me check goaltenders. Nobody's confirmed. Should be Bobrovsky against Saros. Pretty similar numbers overall. Bobrovsky's got a little bit of a lower goals against average, but 908 save percentage for Bobrovsky, 902 for Saros, both with 2 shutouts on the season. How these teams been doing recently? Well, Florida's lost 4 straight games since their big winning streak. They've lost 4 in a row, 2 in overtime, 2 in regulation. They've gone to overtime in 3 of their last 5 games. 3-3-1 to a total of 6, so no real edge when it comes to the total. The Predators, they've won 6 of their last 10, going under 5.5 in 4 straight. And Nashville's won 4 of the last 6 between these two teams. 3 of the last 5 games have gone over 6.5. And when I look at this game, I'm tempted to take Nashville. I'll be honest. I'm tempted to take the Preds here, but something's telling me that this is where Florida breaks the streak. So ultimately, I'm not going to get anything to the side, but if you've been watching the shows the last week or so, yes, he didn't score in his last game against Minnesota. I believe it was Minnesota. But Reinhardt, anytime goal, plus 135. There was previously that one game where he didn't score and then he rattled off 9 in a row. So I trust him to get back on the goal scoring streak here at plus 135. And then Roman Josi to get an assist is plus 110. He has done that in 8 of his last 9 games. So I'll take Josi to get an assist here. Also, going back to other players here, as I said, Reinhardt, a goal in 11 of his last 13 games, a point in 9 games in a row, and at least 3 shots on goal in 13 of his last 14. So Reinhardt has been consistent. Sam Bennett has at least 3 shots on goal in 5 of his last 6 games. Matthew Tkachuk, a point in 10 of 11, and at least 3 shots on goal in 6 of his last 8. As I said, Roman Josi, an assist in 8 of his last 9, and Philip Forsberg, at least 3 shots on goal in 6 of his last 7 games here. That's what I like in this game. We'll jump into the chat. Naked guy. Okay, so if you see a naked guy on the ice in this game, it's Addison. All right, awesome. Don't really see the Panthers winning. Okay, still no Barkov and playing against former coach. Yeah, there's that angle too with the former coach. And I don't know. I don't know. That's why I'm not getting to his side, because whoever wins, wins. As long as I see my props here, I'm happy. But I can't force a side, and I could see both teams winning here. That's going to be a sick game. Give me Panthers money line. It's the Dodds trip. All right. All right. Panthers team total over 3.5, plus 125. We've seen Saros been lights out, but then we've also seen him not be very good. So what kind of Saros are we going to get tonight? Robert's hoping for not a very good Saros. So we'll see if that happens. Ryan Goat, anytime goal. Yeah, how can you not? How can you not? And I know everyone says you bet a streak, and then as soon as it ends, you stop and you just go against it or whatever the next few games. But I'm going to go one more time here with Reinhardt, see how he does in this game. Roman Josi, an assist. Yeah, me and Captain Brian usually in agreement here. And of course, we're in agreement here in this one. Let's go. Forsberg, anytime goal. I could see it. I could see it. I just don't like the Panthers goalie. He's been getting 4 more goals scored on. All right. All right. No goalie confirmations yet. Yes, so we don't quite know who's going to be in goal yet. We'll have to see. My first game, so I'm obligated to take the goal in first 10 and first period over, and I'll put Reinhardt on there too. All right. Best of luck. I hope for goals. For goals. Salute, Terry. Let's get it. Yes. Let's get it, Kev. Over 6. I can see it. Fernando likes 3-3 maybe in overtime. Question mark. That would be great. I would love it to see 3-3. That would help me with props most likely. And hey, Ryan Goat. Hey, he's been that way. He deserves that name with how he's played recently. Home dogs tonight? Well, I'm already on 2 road dogs, and if I was gonna take a home dog, this would be it. This would be it. But we will jump along onto our next game, and here's another home dog, but we'll talk about it here. We have the Pittsburgh Penguins heading to Arizona. Pittsburgh -145 to -155. Arizona +120 to +138. Sixes right across the board here in this game. No confirmed goaltenders. It's projected to be Tristan Jarry against Connor Ingram. Very similar numbers. 2.5 goals against average for Jarry, 2.49 for Ingram, 915 save percentage for Jarry, 919 for Ingram, and both goaltenders have 5 shutouts on the year. So they've both played really similar numbers here overall on the year. How these teams been playing recently? Pittsburgh 2-2-2 in their last 6 games. 5 of their last 6 games under 5.5. 2 of their last 4 going to overtime. Arizona 3-5-1 in their last 9. 3 straight games under 5.5. 1 of their last 3 going to overtime. How these teams played against each other in the past? Well, Penguins fans, I'm sure, are excited for this matchup every year. Pittsburgh 15-1-1 in the last 17 games against Arizona. They've dominated them year after year. The last 5 games have all been Pittsburgh -1.5. They have got the job done by multiple goals. Recently, when they faced Arizona, 3 goals, 3 games over, 2 games under, 1 game a push on the total 6. So no real edge here on the total. And I do like Pittsburgh, but the issue here is that I would have to go within regulation or on the puck line in this one. But I could see this game being close. I really could see this game being close and a potential draw spot here. So I don't feel comfortable taking Pittsburgh in regulation. I will have Pittsburgh money line in a parlay because I do believe they continue this streak against Arizona. I just don't want to take them in regulation, so I won't. Looking at players for these teams, Sidney Crosby, point in 4 straight and at least 3 shots on goal in 5 straight. He's been shooting the puck a lot, and he has been getting points. Gensel has a point in 6 of his last 8, and Erik Karlsson has a point in 8 straight games for the Pittsburgh Penguins. He has been consistent recently. Clayton Keller has at least a point in 6 of his last 7 for Arizona, at least 3 shots on goal in 5 of his last 6 games. So those are the players I'd look at for parlay pieces here in this game. And we'll see if Pittsburgh can get the job done in this one. I got Pens and Coyotes under 6.5. Oh, -130. So that's a nice price for that nice total for the 6.5. Why are tickets $161 to this game? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They shouldn't be really in Arizona, but Ingram at home as an underdog. Let's ride. Not against this Pittsburgh team. Not against this Pittsburgh team. Not for me, at least. But best of luck. Moving on along to our next game, we've got a small home favorite here, only -416 and -450 for Vancouver, +340 to +350 for Chicago. Sixes right across the board. If you want Vancouver on the puck line, it's -170 for them to win by 2. You'd have to look at Vancouver on the super puck line, -2.5 for +115. If you wanted to take the Canucks as a single bet here in this one. How these teams been playing recently? Well, Chicago has actually won 3 of their last 4. So they've actually been able to win some games recently. 5 of their last 6 games under 5.5. 2 of 3 going overtime. Vancouver 7-0-1 in their last 8, coming off a win against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Of course, I was on the Canucks in that game. for whatever reason, they dominate the Leafs in Vancouver, going back quite a bit, quite a long time. 6 of their last 8 games over 6.5. 2 of their last 5 games going overtime. How these teams played against each other in the past. Vancouver's won 8 of the last 9 games, covering the puck line in 7 of the 8 wins. So they've taken care of Chicago when they beat them most recently. 2 overs, 1 under, 1 game landed on 6. So no real edge there for the total. Obviously, Chicago's going under right now. Vancouver's going over. For me, there's only one play that I can go with in this game, and I'm sure people know what it is. Give me Elias Pettersson. Anytime goal, plus 120. He should be minus 110, minus 120 in this game, I guess, especially against Chicago. I should not be getting this for plus money, so I will absolutely take it here. Plus 120. Elias Pettersson has a goal in 7 of his last 8 games. He has been consistent. At least 3 shots on goal in 6 of his last 8 games. JT Miller has a point in 7 of his last 8 as well. You can parlay Pettersson point with JT Miller point. That's a good same game parlay. Quinn Hughes has a point in 3 straight games. Nobody really consistent for Chicago, which shouldn't really be that surprising. But give me Elias Pettersson. And if you wanted to sprinkle on him to score the first goal, he has done that. He has done that on occasions recently. And you can get obviously a nice, a bigger plus price with the first goal. But I'll take him anytime here. Find the back of the net against the Chicago Blackhawks. Bum, 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 bum. You can get Carlson point at minus 130 at DraftKings. Okay. Yeah, on an 8-game point streak, I would do that. I would. I'm not going to because I have enough action today, but I'll have him in a parlay to get a point. Canucks versus an AHL team, basically. Captain Brian, Elias Pettersson anytime goal plus 120 at ESPN Bet. I like it, of course, and of course, we're always on agreement there, Captain Brian. You and me. We seem to agree a lot. Goal in first 10. I could see it. Give me a Pettersson goal in the first 10. Sounds great. I'm parlaying Vancouver minus 1.5. I'm not scared. Yeah, when they have beaten like 7 of their last 8, they've covered the puck line. So if you were gonna parlay, it would have to be I wouldn't parlay the money line at minus 417, that's for sure. So was leaning Coyotes in the last game, but you might stay off. Yeah, just not a good history against Pittsburgh. That's for sure. But we'll move on to the final game of the night, which is between the San Jose Sharks and the LA Kings. San Jose plus 290 to plus 327. LA Kings minus 370 to minus 380. Sixes right across the board here. And I'm probably going to be pretty predictable with my play here. Pass. This is the game of the night that I don't care about. It might as well not even exist in my mind. I'm not taking the Sharks, who have actually 2-2-1 in their last 5. So not playing too bad in most recent games, going over 6.5 in 3 of their last 6. LA has lost 10 of their last 12. But LA's dominated San Jose recently, winning the last 6 games, 4 of the last 6 by multiple goals. But I like the other games. If you think I'm laying any kind of price with LA Kings, no, not this guy. Am I going to take the Sharks? No. This game is a pass for me on today's slate. Robert likes the Kings by margin. That's what should happen, but I don't trust this Kings team. I do not trust them. But that's today's slate. I do have an NBA play, which is available on Picks and Parlays. It is packaged with 2 of the NHL games that I've already given out. So if you want that NBA play, you can get it on the site. And otherwise, we'll see you on tomorrow's show. Best of luck, everyone. And we'll see you again. Have a good one, guys.